Don't you butt up, it can get ugly. Think I need a remake, I'm straight from California, smelling like your weakness. I got to live up, so go and take that hit.
All right. It's DJ Madman with True Star Radio, where you speak that truth. Tyler, Dorothy, and Daina, I'm going to pass it to y'all.
What's up? I'm Tyler from True Star Radio.
Hello,
I'm Daina from True Star.
And I'm Dorothy from True Star Radio. Today we'll be talking about school reopenings because why not?
Yes, like Dorothy said, we will be talking about school reopenings. Now, I personally think it's a horrible idea. I don't think that they should allow students to go back to school. But some people have other things to say about it. It's some pros and some cons that we'll be talking about today. And my first one will be from the Washington Post. It says, I'll be the first to say, along with others, the more funding is absolutely required if we're going to have any chance to reopen the schools. And how do you all feel about that?
Okay, personally, I feel like there has to be more funding. I agree with the Post. And I said that because I think that if schools need to open, they have to have the proper preparing like materials every day for the schools. So those are things such as like masks, they need hand sanitizer, they need wipes to daily wipe everything, and then also teachers, because they need proper health care for all students and teachers. Of course, since there's so many students, someone is possibly could contract the virus, and they're going to need to be able to take care of everyone that is in contact with them. So that's why schools need to be funded more. Dorothy, how you feel about it though?
To be honest, you are right, because most schools are severely underfunded. And that could mean a lot if you're going to add a coronavirus pandemic into this situation. That it might make it more worse than it already is. So I feel like the best thing to do is to stay at home. Even though it might stop the economy, at least it'll stop the infections. Because, prevention is better than cure. So.
Right. So Tyler, do you think that teachers should have to work, or do you think that possibly they should have on and off days for keeping good healthcare and keeping good safety precautions?
Definitely on and off days, because I feel like, I don't know if I was a teacher, because some teachers, they have other health issues that like can contract and get worse from the coronavirus, and then some teachers may come in pregnant. So their school doesn't know how they feel, or they don't know how the school feels about it. But I definitely think that they should, have on and off days.
Right. I agree with that too, because it's just like working every day. Like both my mom and dad, they both work in a school, and they work with all boys. And I'm not going to lie, sometimes the boys are germy. So therefore, they need to work around that. But also, y'all, how about we think about the students too? Because students need to be protected just as much as teachers.
You're right. Because like me, the typical high school student, I don't really like, if I know it's a pandemic, I know I need to be careful. But there are other students besides me that like to play around a lot. Maybe, they'll take off their mask for a couple of hours or something, or they'll just take it off completely, or like, after lunch they won't wash their hands or something. And then also it's the smaller children too, in middle schools and stuff, because they like to like wander around everywhere and stuff. And we don't 100% know if their parents taught them to be careful or not. Because my mom's a doctor and she deals with children too. So usually when the children come in, some of them don't even have masks on, and she has to, tell the parents to give them a mask and to be more careful with their children.
Anything for you, Dorothy?
Yeah, and then again, some kids are kind of really stubborn, no matter how you try to talk to them, they're not going to listen to you. So it's like, what do you do in that situation? So that's what I think.
Yeah, and then also, like, we also just want to keep everyone safe, because think about it, college students as well. So it's really all around. And hopefully one day that they come with a cure and maybe a vaccine for this coronavirus, because it's getting really out of hand. Like, it's really affected the whole world in some kind of way. Do you guys have any facts from an article about the coronavirus in schools? What is Illinois schools doing?
I have one fact from the Washington Post. It's It's about the typical American school. It says a typical American school cannot accommodate social distancing of their student population for the duration of the school day. And now I understand where they come from that, because a lot of colleges and high school stuff, and yeah, like every school, they usually have a lot of children unless it's a private school. And to make it so all of them, like it can be like 1,000 students, like all of them can't be, like somebody has to be next to each other, like for some period of the day.
Right, and then the desks be all close and stuff.
All right, my final thoughts on this is that the schools should not open for any standards, meanings. All right, Dana, what you?
Dana, it's your girl Dana, and my final thoughts are that schools, they actually do not need to open unless they have the safety precautions. And honestly, if they have to add more funding after all of the funding from the coronavirus already, they should not be opening. Dorothy, what you thinking?
Like I really don't understand why people would want to open schools if most schools don't even have nurses or counselors. Like, you need people there to like enforce like the laws and the rules of wearing a mask. So why do that if you don't have like, someone there to do everything? So it's a no for me.
Okay, got it. All right, DJ, check us out. Go give us something to end with.
All right, thank y'all for speaking. I'm gonna give my little really small 2 cent. Do not send any more kids to school. If they get coronavirus, you're gonna be feeling salty, and that's all I gotta say. And with that, I'm gonna put the music back on.
Thank you for listening to True Star Radio, sponsored by True Star Foundation. Follow us at truestar.life and check out our website, truestar.life. Thank you.